So you're looking to start selling on Amazon FBA in 2019? You're going to want to watch this video. If you guys don't know me, my name's Yaniv and I've been selling on Amazon FBA for about 1.5 years now. And obviously throughout my journey, I've had my successes and, I've had videos on that as well. But, along with the successes, something a lot of people don't talk about is obviously the failures that come along with, a business like this. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna take all those experiences and also the experiences of some of the friends that I've had, 6 and 7 figure sellers as well. And I'm gonna put them all into this video. So if you're looking to start on Amazon FBA, or you've just started and you don't really know everything, this video is definitely going to be for you. So let's just get right into the video. The first thing that you need to know about Amazon FBA is that you don't have any control. If you do something wrong on Amazon, if you don't follow the terms of service, if you just don't do exactly what you're supposed to be doing, you will get your selling privileges revoked. And that's something a lot of people don't talk about. Amazon really does not care about you and you specifically, because they kind of ban sellers that are making them 6 and 7 figures a year like this. At the end of the day, if you don't follow terms of service, or if you are kind of doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, Amazon will have no hesitation to get rid of you. Having negative feedback on your seller account, if you're not treating the customers right, or if you have negative product reviews, or stuff like that where it kind of makes you seem sketchy in their eyes, Amazon will have no remorse and they just get rid of you. Like I said, you have no control. This is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Even when you make a product listing on Amazon, you actually don't control it, which is where all the hijackers and stuff come in, right? Until you actually come into Amazon and you prove to them that you're brand registered and you have kind of a trademark and stuff, that's the only way that they're actually going to lock your listing. Other than that, your listing is public domain for anyone to sell on. Even the customers that are shopping on your page and buying your product are not your customers. Amazon does not give you their emails for a reason, right? They kind of hide their emails so you can't get them. And unless you're using other means of gathering emails, you're not gonna have those emails either. So the number one thing, like I said, to remember is that you have no control. And that's just one thing you have to remember when you're going into something like Amazon FBA. And everything on this list, guys, I'm not trying to scare you from Amazon. I'm not trying to deter you from doing it. I just want you guys to keep your mind open to it and understand what it is, what exactly Amazon is. So let's get into number 2. The number 2 thing you need to know about Amazon FBA is that you can still get sued. What do I mean by that, right? Essentially, Amazon will always throw you under the bus when it comes to you versus them. If your product does harm to someone, if your product does harm to, whatever, anything, maybe a home, burning down a home, like there was a few incidents of those hoverboards coming from China that were then sold in the US and, they weren't charging properly or something and they were blowing up and overheating, right? If that happens to you and, you burn down someone's home, at the end of the day, you will be the one sued. And like I said, I'm not trying to scare you guys off from Amazon FBA, but that is a reality and that's something you need to be knowing. So one thing that you do need to know, right, is that you need to actually set up an LLC. You need to get an LLC to protect yourself and your company. And also on top of that, you want to be getting product liability insurance, which I've talked about on the channel before, but essentially it's just insurance for your products. And if something goes wrong and you do burn someone's house down or something, you have insurance to cover that. The number 3 thing that you need to know, right, if you're starting on Amazon FBA in 2019, is that you need to join some sort of community. On Amazon FBA, it's all about bringing, and in entrepreneurship in general, it's all about bringing, like-minded people together and having them in, a group where you can build a community together and grow, I don't remember the saying, I always mess it up, but it's something right like the rise of the tides brings all the ships, higher or something. I don't know. But essentially what that means is that, when you're kind of circling and surrounding yourself with people who are just as like-minded as you and just as motivated as you, it allows for you to be better. It also allows you to learn from other people's mistakes. So you really don't have to make those mistakes again, right? If you can learn from someone else's mistakes, then you're going to be that much more successful. So there are obviously a ton of paid Facebook groups out there, but you don't need to join any paid Facebook groups, right? You can join there's a ton of free Facebook groups out there with a ton of, people adding value and a really strong community. And obviously I'm going to take this chance to plug, our Facebook group, which is the Advanced Amazon FBA Soldiers Facebook group. So we have like 2,300 members almost now, and we've tons of people posting, and I'm in there also as well, helping people out. So I'm gonna plug it here, but check in the link in the description and join the free Facebook group. Literally, it's for free. Join the community. And one other thing that is really important to note is that I don't remember who said it, but basically it was like motivation is kind of like a fuel tank, right? You can run low on motivation and willpower. So what you need to be doing is you need to be using other people looking up to other people and seeing what they're doing, and use that as motivation for yourself as well. Allow them to help push you forward, right? Add value to them, obviously, but allow them to help push you forward. And you can only do that if you're willing to accept that help. So definitely go out and check the Advanced Amazon FBA Soldiers Facebook group and join there, and I will let you guys in. The number four thing you need to know about Amazon FBA is that, to be honest, you don't want to give yourself a part-time job. A lot of the time I get people messaging me and asking me questions like, hey, can I send the product to my house first so that I can make sure everything is good and then maybe add my labels on for at home because it'll be cheaper. And to be honest, while that is an option, it's a pretty stupid one, right? What we're doing here is we're trying to build a business for the future, something that we can work on the business rather than in the business, right? That's the difference between a business owner and a entrepreneur. So that's the reason why we don't want to give ourselves a part-time job, right? A lot of the people who are watching this video, you guys obviously probably already have jobs, or probably have things that you need to be doing with your time that's not kind of counting every single unit and inspecting every single unit, because in reality that's not worth your time, right? We're trying to build some passive income, right? Something that is kind of front loaded, and then afterwards kind of does its work for us. So the last thing you want to do is give yourself another part-time job. So in reality, what I would suggest you do is just grab an inspection service and pay for your manufacturers to label the product. In reality, guys, they're fairly competent, especially if you pick a trustworthy manufacturer, which obviously I go over many times on this on this YouTube channel. But essentially, guys, don't give yourself another part-time job. The number 5 thing, and this one is a really cool one, which is you got to change your mentality. And you probably ask me, like, what does that mean, right? And I'm not talking about in the traditional sense of mentality and how you need to have the proper mindset for success, which is actually obviously also a true thing. But I'm talking about having like an FBA mindset, which means that let me give you guys an example. So when I go out to a restaurant, or when I go out anywhere, to the grocery store, or literally anywhere, I'm always looking for products. I'm always looking for things that may be profitable on Amazon. So I'm literally walking around the aisles, and I have my phone out, and I'll see something cool. I'll be like, okay, blah blah blah, check this out when I get home to see if it's profitable. So it's almost like having an Amazon FBA mindset, where you're always thinking about products that you potentially could sell and profit on Amazon. Now, before, you walk around and you don't really realize stuff, and you don't really see the potential in things. But after you start selling on Amazon, you start to realize that there's so many profitable things that you can go into. So one very, very important key, and something you need to know, is that you will need to change your mindset to see success and to scale and grow your business. So that's a very important thing. And once you master that skill, you'll see a lot more success in your business. So number 6, which is set goals. And I know you guys are probably gonna be like, oh, fucking setting goals, that's, whatever. I've heard this shit 1,000 times. Now, in reality, guys, I'm gonna read to you guys a quote that really summarizes, kind of what this is all about, right? So it goes like, all successful people have a goal. No one can get anywhere unless they know where they want to go and what they want to be or do. And that's really true, because if you want to, set a goal like something like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, right? What does that actually mean, right? Is there, what does success look to you? What is, you have to define it. So if you're going to Amazon FBA in 2019, and one thing you're going to need to know is that setting goals is going to be a huge factor in seeing whether or not you achieve your goals, right? You can't really hit your target, right? If you have a, archer, whatever, bow and arrow, right? How can you hit the target if you haven't defined what the target is? So saying something like, I want to be successful, doesn't mean anything unless you set tangible goals. I want to make $5,000 a month, right? I want to make $10,000 a month in profit, or whatever it may be. And it doesn't really matter what the goal is and how big it is. It matters that you set one. So that is the number 6 thing. Make sure to set tangible goals so you can track them and realize if you've hit the goals or not, and to see where you are in that process. Number 7, very important lesson, all right? This is something you need to know if you're just starting on Amazon, thinking about starting on Amazon, is that Amazon FBA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you're looking for some sort of, get-rich-quick, or, some sort of scheme to, become a millionaire overnight or in a month or two, that's really not going to be the reality situation. And I'll save you some time, because you will be disappointed when you go into Amazon, when you invest into Amazon. That's not what you're going to get. And in reality, if you're looking for that kind of stuff, you're probably looking for shortcuts and stuff like that. And those kind of people who are doing that are never going to see success in any way. So you really need to change your mindset before you can actually see success. So Amazon FBA is not a get rich quick scheme. You know, in reality, there's like a bad connotation about, you know, Amazon FBA and, you know, passive income in general, which is, you know, that passive income, the word just even sounds sketchy, right? Or too good to be true. Because, you know, in reality, people assume passive income is something that you don't have to work for. It just kind of happens overnight. And that couldn't be further from the truth, because especially in the case of Amazon FBA, is that, you know, you're putting in so much work up front that it's kind of crazy. Like, you know, I'll give you guys an example. Maybe many of you guys probably know this story, but when I was starting off, I was, you know, doing like 60+ hours a week, like almost, you know, 8 to 10 hours a day on product research alone. I was literally spending all that time on product research, and that was, you know, a huge time investment, especially for me when, you know, I could have been working or, you know, doing something like that where I could be making money. You know, I know, you know, that's not realistic for a lot of people, but in reality, I put my dues in terms of time. And then after I invested, you know, a ton of money, for me at the time was a ton of money, which, you know, $3,500, you know, and I took that risk. I put that investment up front, and I kind of front loaded all my work. You know, everything is front loaded on Amazon. So once you put in the work, once you put in the dedication, right, then, you know, passive income comes later, but it only comes because you did what happens at the beginning. Life is a formula, and same thing with Amazon, right? You need to put in stuff to get stuff out. You know, it has to balance itself out. So if you're not putting anything in, you can't expect to get anything out. So like I said, right, I put in all that time, I put in all that money, and that was what I put in. And obviously, you know, what comes out is passive income, is income for myself. That's just how it works. You don't make money for nothing. So if you think that Amazon FBA is some sort of get rich quick scheme, like I said at the beginning of this point, it's not. And you should probably not waste your time on this, or just go on to the next get rich quick scheme. Now let's get to the 8th and final thing that you need to know before starting on Amazon FBA. And, you know, this might not be the most popular opinion for a lot of people, but you need to be getting a course. Now, why I say that is because when I first started, I took 2 courses. I didn't invest a single dollar into Amazon FBA, you know, my inventory or anything, before I actually invested in some courses to get started. Now, you know, the reason I say you need to be investing into courses is because you're not really investing into a course. You're investing into yourself. And that is the biggest and most important thing to be doing in life, right? Continuous education. And when you invest in yourself, you invest in knowledge for yourself and for your Amazon FBA business, you're so much more likely to see success and to get something out and maximize your chances of success. You're tapping straight into the source of all the knowledge that you need, the formula that you need to kind of lay everything out step by step and see exactly where and what you need to do. And also goes back to the 3rd point that I said, which is you need to join a community so you can learn from other people's mistakes, right? So, you know, you want to join a course so you can learn from other people's mistakes. You want to have a mentor, have someone that's going to teach you, you know, kind of the ways of, you know, Amazon FBA. So you're not making any stupid rookie mistakes that honestly are going to cost you a lot more than the price of the course. Now, obviously you don't need a course. And, you know, I've had many people who, you know, followed the channel and started on Amazon and became pretty successful, you know, just following the advice on the channel. And that's totally cool. And, you know, you can see that kind of success, but in reality, what they're doing is they're picking out information here and there, you know, from myself and from different channels on YouTube, and they don't have a mentor. They don't have someone showing them the way and guiding them through the process. So in reality, while they are making some decent amount of money, I think that, you know, they would have been a lot more successful and a lot, you know, probably a lot quicker with a course. I think of courses like a fast track to success. Now, obviously, you know, I have a course, the FBA fast track course, which is designed to, you know, fast track you through the process. So, you know, I may be biased to this, but like I said, before I started, I took 2 courses and I spent, you know, I think it was $1,500 before I even, you know, started anything. So in reality, guys, this is a decision you have to make. If you guys want to check out a course, if you guys like the channel and the videos, make sure to check the link in the description, because as of right now, the course is coming with my personal one-on-one mentorship where you can literally message me and talk to me directly. And the mentorship is unlimited, but I will be taking it out very soon so that I can give every single student in the course the kind of attention and mentorship that they deserve. So if you're looking for a course, check out the first link in the description and get into the course. And in the first video, you have a link, and that's how you can get in contact with me. So that is all 8 things you need to know about Amazon FBA. Now I'm going to go over them really quickly again. So the first thing was you don't have any control on Amazon. you know, that's one thing you have to understand, is that Amazon FBA, you know, Amazon, Lord Bezos, he's the one that controls everything. Number 2 is that people get sued on Amazon. So make sure that you have an LLC and, you know, some sort of product liability insurance. Number 3, you need to join a community. Join a free one, join a paid one. It doesn't matter to me. Just, you know, it's good for you. It's good for you to learn from other people's mistakes. Join a community. And remember, you can join our free Facebook group in the description below. 4, don't give yourself a part-time job. Invest the time up front to automate the systems so that you don't have to label and, you know, do your inspections yourself. Send it straight from China to the Amazon warehouses. Don't touch your products. Have it all automated. 5, change your mentality so that you can go out to places and still find products to sell on Amazon. Grow your brand and expand your business. All right, so that's number 5. Number 6, set goals, because if you don't set goals, you have no idea where you're going. You have no idea if you're hitting your targets. And, you know, I want to be successful or I want to be happy isn't the goal. Number 7, Amazon FBA is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes work, it takes time, it takes dedication. And if you're not willing to do that, then Amazon FBA is probably not for you. And number 8 is take a course. Obviously, I'm biased. I will say take my course. It's the best one on the internet. So if you guys are interested, check it out in the link below, and I'll see you guys there. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy the video, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.